Good day, Paul Sterling here again from magicrelationship.net, and this is a series of videos that I'm doing on compassionate communication for couples, how to transform your relationship, how to get the communication tools to get what is totally magical. In fact, part of the reason I said magic relationship, have you ever seen a magician? And I wish I had brought some of my magic here because I do it periodically. But a magician, I can make a coin float or a light pass through my head. And when you see somebody do it, you go, wow, that's incredible. How did they do that? How did they create that magic? And the interesting thing about magic is a series. It's basically, it's a skill. Whoops. Like spelling's a skill that I haven't mastered spelling. But magic is a skill that if you learn to do it, I could teach you magic in minutes that would amaze your friends, but you look at it and you go, man, that's almost a little boring once I know how to do it. Well, that's the way it is a little bit in relationships. It's a set of skills, and I'm going to walk you through those skills, those communication skills, and be able to teach you a whole different way of transforming your relationship and bringing the magic into it. So today I'm going to talk about the greatest gift and what's the foundation in my mind for relationships, what's been really helpful for me, a helpful way of looking at it. And one of my trainers, a guy named Dr. Marshall Rosenberg, who created nonviolent communication, said the greatest gift is the gift of receiving, being able to let your lover give to you. Now, if you make a great meal and your partner doesn't enjoy it, they don't receive it, how good does that feel? It doesn't feel very good at all. So I started thinking about if the greatest gift is the gift of receiving, then relationships are a dance, and they're a dance about hopefully you can read that. They're a dance about giving and receiving. And when the dance works well is when one person's giving and the other person's receiving. When there's conflict, very often conflict is when both people are trying to receive or both people are trying to give. And learning how to do this, and I've found that you can almost stop a conflict almost instantly by just trying to figure out, okay, who's giving and who's receiving right now? Are you wanting empathy and understanding for the pain you're in, or are you wanting to give to me? And it's interesting, I had a lover once, and as you can tell, my handwriting is not that great, and my spelling's almost worse. And my lover at the time would critique my spelling with enthusiasm, she used. And finally, we did this thing, and I said, are you trying to give to me, or are you trying to receive from me? It was a little confusing. And at first, she's like, I want to give to you. Well, if you think about it, if I'm offering you a gift, I don't go, hey, stupid, here, take the pen. I go, hey, this is a very cool pen. You know, I can write, I can erase. It's an awesome pen. I looked all around the country, and I got it especially for you. Here's a gift. And I'm trying to give you that gift. And I want to give it to you in a way that you would enjoy receiving. The other side is if I want you to give me something, like the pen, I wouldn't go, hey, stupid, give me the pen. I would want to ask you in a way that made it fun to give to me. So if you think about it, relationships are about giving and receiving and doing it in a way that's enjoyable for both people. Business is about trading. And like if I go to buy a car, I try to devalue the car almost. I say, well, that car's not worth nearly what you're asking for it. You should sell it to me for less. And they try to devalue my money. So it's like lose-lose, pushing it down. This is about pushing it up, giving and receiving, doing that dance. And this single paradigm by itself will change the way you think about it. If you have this belief that a relationship is all about giving and receiving, you're going to take different actions, produce different results. You're going to have a vision of a relationship that's very different than most people. And that's why I talked in one of the earlier videos about there's the old way of looking at it. In fact, there are a lot of relationship videos which are all about manipulation, getting power over your partner. and taking advantage of their vulnerability. And what I'm trying to do is get partners to come together and be powerfully vulnerable, to be powerful together and to be vulnerable together, and create a level of intimacy that's very different than the normal relationship. If I ask somebody, do you want a normal relationship or do you want an extraordinary relationship? Most people say they want an extraordinary relationship, and I say spell it out. Extraordinary, you have to do the extra. You have to learn some new skills, and that's what this is about, the skill of giving and receiving. And let me check my notes and make sure that I have covered everything on this particular part. It looks like I have. Oh, let me give you the opposite here. Giving and receiving, how much fun is it when somebody forces you? Or, on the receiving, takes from you. So, this is not a loving relationship that's based on force and taking versus giving and receiving. So, you've got to look at it and go, which way do you want your relationship to work? And we're going to give you more tools, but I would sit down and watch this video more than once with your lover and go, which way do we want to go? Which is it that feels more loving to us? Do you want a relationship that's based on taking and forcing and taking, or do you want one on giving and receiving? This is it for this one. Once again, Paul Sterling, magicrelationship.net, compassionate communication skills for couples. We will see you on the next video. Thanks.